just comes through in the music. It really does. So it's something. It's a something. How's it, everybody? You're on Bestie here from Charisma Performing Arts. And it's nice to be back. I'm sorry for those of you who are loyal followers and who missed a video last week. We actually, like many people that most of us know, had to deal with staff members who actually got infected. So they got better, and they are back, and we are back, and here we are. Today, we are going to listen to one of my favorite tracks, literally, of all time. When I first heard this song, The Story by Brandi Carlisle, I didn't know who she was. I've never heard the song. And a friend of mine played it for me, and he talked about it, and he said, "You know the song?" And I said, "No." And he was like, "Excuse me?" And then he played it for me, and it absolutely rocked me. And I've listened to it many times since. So what I'm going to share with you today is the official music video of the song that came out many years ago. So interesting, many of you might know, especially if you're fans of Brandi Carlisle, that she attributes her success to her partnership with these two brothers, Tim and Phil Hansroth, the twins. And they've just made music together for many years, from way before any of them were famous, or well known anyway. And what's also interesting that I read about them is whoever writes how big a part of whatever song, the three of them just share the song three ways in terms of credits. So that's really interesting. They have a beautiful friendship. I saw a documentary about her and her life and just how their relationships are. It's incredible. Like, they have families, the twin brothers as well, and they just all have meals together all the time and they just live, not together in the same house, but they just really live their lives together. And something about that fantastic, authentic, very strong emotional and relational ties that exist within them as a songwriting unit and as a band, it just comes through in the music. It really does. So it's something. It's a something. So it's something really special, what they have in this band. So without further ado, let us get into this song, The Story.
All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been, and now I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It's true, I was made for you.
Yeah, I absolutely love how she starts so soft and very low. Now, for those of you who know, that is a low D sharp. It's extremely low for most singers on earth to sing. And she starts in that really low range, and it's such a tender voice, and it's sort of breathy and a little bit raspy. And she sings the first two phrases in that sound, almost like, what are you trying to do, sort of thing. And then she just goes up an octave, and still in a breathy, almost falsetto-y sound, just so many stories of where I've been. It's just so tender and almost childlike or innocent. And what I also love about her is she just sings. She just makes the sound that she wants to make. She's not analyzing. She's definitely not trying to sound like anybody else. I just think it's so cool.
I climbed across the mountain tops, swam all across the ocean blue. I crossed over lands and I broke all rules, and baby I broke them all for you. Oh, because even when I was flat broke, you made me feel like $1,000,000 you do. I was made for you.
Yeah. And then in the second verse, she starts in that low range once again. And then she goes back up. No breathy, no innocent, no childlike. Grungy rock sound that is so powerful and so emotive. Didn't you just feel that as well? Oh my gosh, it is incredible. And yeah, she released the song in 2007. Let me just double check. Yeah, 2007. And, excuse me. And by then she was young because she was born in 81. So she'll be 40 years old this year. So in 2007 she was 23. Is my math right? I mean, that's incredible. You can see on the video, of course, that she's very young there. And I think, to be honest, her skill in the video, her acting, singing skill. You know how in a music video, you don't sing live, obviously, right? You sing along to the studio track. That's how music videos work. So she isn't as skilled here, I think, as she obviously is now, many years later, at pretending to really sing, in the video. But anyway, just love that going up and that full sound. Oh, gosh. And now there's a big instrumental where they really build. It's a simple song, right? Simple in structure. It's the same thing over and over, but it just talks to me. And those melodies all the time. Ba, 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 ba. And then ba, 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 ba. Da 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 da. I mean, it covers such a range all the time. It's quite unique. I think that's the standout, catchy aspect for me of the song in the writing, is those melodies. It keeps jumping. It's like a chord of a major seventh or a minor seventh chord, and then it just goes down all the notes in the chord. Really interesting. Now comes the big instrumental, and then after that, the real magic. Same melody, right? In the lead guitar. Simple chords. 1, 5. Now.
You see the smile that's on my mouth. It's hiding the words that don't come out. All of my friends who think that I'm blessed, they don't know my head is a mess. No, they don't know who I really am.
I just need to stop and say this. Did you notice when she came back after the instrumental, in the low part, she sang with a more connected sound, a more fuller sound. Da 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 da. It wasn't that breathy, sort of husky. And then, when she went up And she had that cry in her voice. Oh my gosh. It is so emotional because it's so real. And she often has a little vibrato that seems almost wild, a wild vibrato. It's very short, but it's sort of wild. It's not that controlled kind of vibrato that singers normally do. And I just feel like she is like Eva Cassidy, on which I did an analysis video a little while ago. She just, the instinctive creativity in that woman and the gift that she has in her voice is just, it's under her control, but it's raw and it just hits you there. I'm just going to go back a little bit because I just want us to listen to this part in one go. Not yet, Danny, in your editing. Wait, let me find it.
You see the smile.
Almost.
You see the smile that's on my mouth.
Empty.
It's hiding the words that don't come out. All of my friends who think that I'm blessed, they don't know my head is a mess. No, they don't know who I really am, and they don't know what I've been through like you do. And I was made for you. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been, and now I got to where I am. Oh, but these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them it's true. I was made for you. Oh yeah, it's true that I was made for you.
Oh my gosh. And then in the last phrase, she starts in her very full rock cry voice almost. And then just on the high note, she switches to it's not clearly a falsetto-y sound, but it's also not a full head voice sound. I don't know. Something in between. Oh yeah, it's true. And then she just goes to that sweet in between. I don't know. It's very hard for me to analyze this person's singing because it is just so raw and emotional and real and connected. And I think that was just such a moment in history, really, for me. Just incredible. Also love her newer release in 2018, I think, called The Joke, which is a fantastic song as well. And now she's releasing a new album, which I'm very excited about. I saw a pre-order. It comes in October, so it's around the corner. And obviously now she's older. She's 40. She's matured in many ways, like hopefully most humans do as they grow older. And she's found... I've listened to some of the recent stuff and some of the recent live performances. Not recent like in the last month because nobody could sing anyway. But like, 2018, 19 and so on. Her sound is becoming even fuller. Like some of the innocence that's here in this track that we just listened to is no longer really there. And that's just absolutely normal and natural. But there's a weightiness to the voice, and that vibrato is becoming a real thing. Sometimes she vibratos so wildly, not wild like uncontrolled, but it's it's intentional, but it feels a bit wild. That you actually can't tell, is it the D sharp or the E that she's singing? And then you have to listen in another part of the song to hear, she intended it for it to be the E or the D sharp or whatever. But it's just her style. It's just how she does it. I absolutely love it. I hope if you've never heard of Brandi Carlisle or the song The Story, that today was an introduction for you that's going to bring a new artist into your life, someone whose music you can learn to love, because I think it's just so incredible. Before I go, I just want to say I'm working with a young artist here in South Africa. Her name is Jeanique, and I'm going to put a link to her music video from last year in the description below, and I'm also going to put it as an end screen on my video. If you are interested, and I hope you are, I'd love it if you checked it out. There's a big future for this young singer. Thank you so much for listening to my babbling today and for sharing in this musical moment with me. I do hope you enjoyed it. And please leave a comment if you have a question. If you know something about Brandi's life or history or song that I don't know, I so love to hear from you guys. Really appreciate all the comments. And give the video a like if you enjoyed it. And until next time, please take care of yourself.